Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. We do the European outlook for today's second video. So as always, on a Thursday, we're having a detailed look at the weather this week, 10 days across Europe, and I should get on that for you in a moment. Just say that first, a video today was our 6am UK weather forecast. It's a 10 to 14 dayer with all our regular features on the way for you later on this afternoon as well. So please like, share and subscribe on all of today's videos and content. And thank you so much everybody for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. Alright, going to start off situation across Europe today. So we've got an area of low pressure between Scotland and Iceland, bringing a westerly flow into the far west of Europe. However, many areas actually being dominated by a ridge of high pressure extending from the Azores, basically all the way up towards northern parts of Scandinavia. Other air temperatures looking pretty warm in many areas, particularly so in the south. I think really building there through Spain, Portugal, much of the Med looking very hot as well. Warm conditions all the way up the eastern side of Europe, all the way up into the northeast. I say it is cooler though out in the west with the wind coming in from the Atlantic. So that ridge of high pressure, a lot of dry weather across Europe today. We do see some showers or longer spells of rain through central parts of Sweden and up towards Norway. Also some spongy showers affecting parts of Finland. Few showers through the Baltic Sea states of Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, and then wet weather through parts of Poland there, heading towards the extreme west of Ukraine. Some showers and thunderstorms close to Romania and the Black Sea, but elsewhere lots and lots of dry weather to pick up some showers and maybe some spells of rain through parts of Ireland and the UK, possibly into the Low Countries as well. So it's a very hot day across Spain and Portugal. You see we've got the deep pink to almost purple colours. That's where the temperature well up into the 30s Celsius, if not close to 40 degrees. Many parts of Spain, also of America, I should say, southern Europe, also looking hot with temperatures well into the 30s Celsius. It gets cooler further north and west, so we get towards Norway, Scotland, Ireland, England, Wales too, really, and it's quite a bit cooler there. Temperatures a little bit below average in many areas, and then the rest of Europe is generally close to or rather above average, really. Well, on into tomorrow, Friday, and we see low pressure continuing around Iceland to bring a westerly flow in towards Western Europe. Elsewhere, many central, eastern, and also southern parts of Europe, though, remain under the ridge of high pressure. Heat is intensifying down across southern Europe, much of Mediterranean again, looking very, very hot, particularly with a focus on Spain and Portugal. Really warm conditions again through many central and northern and eastern regions. It remains that a bit cooler though, with those upper air temperatures out to the west. And as far as precipitation goes, again we have a lot of dry weather, particularly through southern parts of Europe. A few scattered thunderstorms here over in the east and the northeast, and a band of rain through Norway, Denmark, down into the Low Countries, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, and western parts of Germany. And some showery conditions for Ireland, also into western Scotland, but England, Wales, again, mostly dry, and large portions, as I said, southern Europe and also eastern Europe looking reasonably dry, but far northeast fairly dry as well tomorrow. And it's hot across southern Europe as well, some very, very hot temperatures once again for Spain, Portugal, most parts of the Mediterranean, from the west all the way over to the east, looking hot or very hot. Very warm to hot conditions all the way up the eastern side of Europe as well. Once more, it does remain cooler through the far north and the west of Europe. On into Saturday, where we've got a ridge of high pressure over on the eastern side of Europe, but a trough through these northern and western regions, just beginning to wobble the atmosphere a little bit, perhaps through some very central and western portions of Europe, and then looking very slack with the gradients, of course, down across southern Europe. And those upper air temperatures make it seem to look really hot through the south and increasingly towards the east as well. Though we find plus 20 Celsius iceberg there drifting northwards through the Balkans, for example, in towards parts of Hungary and Austria too, potentially. And very warm upper air temperatures continue further northwards and eastwards, but to the west and the northwest, once again, it remains cooler. We have a band of rain, perhaps with some thunder mixed in through parts of northeastern France into Germany and just extending into far western Poland, with further showery conditions affecting Scandinavia and Nordic regions. To the east of that, it's very hot, sunny and dry. Southern Europe also looking very dry, sunny and hot, no precipitation really being predicted there all the way from Portugal to Greece through the Med, so completely dry through most of the Med. And then come northwards in towards France, Ireland and the UK, and then we do again pick up some showers on Saturday. Really hot once again through southern and increasingly towards southeastern parts of Europe, with the north and the west looking cooler and fresher. Sunday shows a change as high pressure begins to start building across the western portion of Europe, sending low pressure up towards the northeast. Those upper air temperatures continue to show a north-south split, really. So very, very hot upper air temperatures again through most parts of southern Europe and into the southeast Europe as well. From the Black Sea to the Balkans, we see temperatures, upper air temperatures looking very hot, and surface temperatures very hot as well. Meanwhile, further northwards, it is a cooler scene, especially through Ireland, the UK, the Low Countries, and into Germany and Denmark as well. As far as precipitation goes, well, so a band of rain and or thunderstorms heading in towards the central and eastern portion of Europe. Remember, to the east of that, that's where we've got the very hottest of the air, and across southern Europe as well, where it's completely dry. And then behind that band of rain, maybe thunder, it's a little bit cooler and fresher, especially further west and northwest you go. The temperatures look like that. Again, it's a really hot scene through the east and southeast Europe, but it's cooler and fresher to the north and the west. High pressure dominates as we go through into Monday across western and some central portions of Europe. An area of low pressure beginning to form close to the Baltic Sea, because brings some quite unsettled conditions through there. How the upper air temperatures looking? They're looking very hot again across many parts of southern Europe, and that heat increasingly trying to push north out of Spain in towards France. So France early next week turning much hotter, especially down across the south, with temperatures probably going close to 40 degrees there. Again, it does look cooler and fresher out to the northwest, but maybe warming up a little bit. A lot of dry weather around and that high pressure on Monday. What precipitation there is, mostly focused on the Baltic Sea and to the Baltic Sea states of Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, with some of that wet weather getting towards Belarus. We've got a band of rain, mostly like patchy into western Scotland, and one or two showers to western Portugal, but the rest of Europe looking dry, sunny and hot on Monday. Check out those temperatures so you see how the heat is beginning to fade a little bit in the southeastern corner. But it's beginning to pick back up in the southwestern corner. So very, very hot through Spain, Portugal, and notice how those pink to purple colours are moving into southern parts of France as well. Meanwhile, further northwest, it's beginning to warm up a little bit as well, but not excessively hot. Then we go through to Tuesday, and again, we've got a ridge dominating through these western to central parts of Europe. Also, high pressure beginning to build up towards Scandinavia. Got a trough of low, a thundery low, be starting to try to develop down towards France and the Bay of Biscay. Well, the upper air temperatures are certainly hot enough for that. So we've got plus 20 Celsius iceberg rising toward the northern coast of France there, even hotter than that through Spain and Portugal, beginning to try and get some of that heat into southern parts of England and Wales. Goodness gracious. And further northwards, well, the upper air temperatures are warm, but nowhere near as hot as they are across these southern portions of Europe. Again, notice how the Med is hot right way from west all the way over towards Greece and Turkey. And precipitation-wise for Tuesday, where we've got heavy showers, the longer spells of rain, maybe some thunder in the northeast, focus around the Baltic Sea states, back towards parts of Sweden. Some heavy showers of thunderstorms beginning to start breaking out through the Bay of Biscay, and some wet weather towards northwest Scotland. Otherwise, most areas are dry, sunny, and also hot. Look at those temperatures, very hot temperatures through France and extending down to Spain, Portugal. Hot through the Med, and warm to hot further northwards, even into Scandinavia, Ireland, and UK. Those temperatures are becoming warmer. We get on into Wednesday, high pressure still dominating across many parts of Europe. Once again, that low pressure in the northeast beginning to move away into western parts of Russia. Upper air temperatures, again, look really hot for most parts of southern Europe. The heat wave goes on, and the heat beginning to drift in towards southern parts of Germany as well, with very warm to hot upper air temperatures in the Low Countries, and even into the UK and Ireland, both upper air temperatures have lifted up quite a lot. As far as precipitation goes, wet weather through western parts of Germany, extending down in towards Ukraine, but starting to dry out a little bit through the Baltic Sea states. More heavy rain through central northern parts of Norway and Sweden, and some heavy showers, which might turn thundery actually, across northeastern France, into the southeast of England, and into the Low Countries as well. Otherwise, no exception. There are exceptions to the rule. Otherwise, lots of dry, sunny, and hot weather on Wednesday. Temperatures way above average in most parts of Europe, particularly, of course, down in the south where the heat wave continues. And then we get on into Thursday with high pressure dominating across many parts of Europe once again. Low pressure in the Atlantic being blocked. Upper air temperatures continue to look really hot for most parts of southern Europe. Very warm upper air temperatures further northwards as well. Heavy showers and or thunderstorms could affect the UK, possibly the Low Countries, parts of France and Germany. It's a long way off, so we'll need to firm up on that. Otherwise, though, lots of dry weather until we get into the far north and northeast. There we pick up those showers, and the temperature remains very warm across most parts of Europe, and of course really hot down across southern Europe where the heat wave goes on. And I'll just run you on to day 10, so that's Friday 2nd of August, Saturday the 3rd, Sunday the 4th. Ridge of high pressure trying to hold on across the north and west, where it is weakening. I think low pressure beginning to start getting its act together in the Atlantic. How do those upper air temperatures look by day 10? So, looks like the hottest of the weather starts to push up the eastern side of Europe again by the first weekend of Europe. Maybe cooling a little bit from the central base up a bit, and of course still really hot through Spain and Portugal. That little bit cooler and pressure further northwards and westwards. Right, so that's European Outlook for this week. If you've enjoyed the forecast and found it useful and informative, please give us a like. Thanks so much for doing that. And we'll be back with 10 to 14 day in an hour or so's time. The next European Outlook, of course, will be same time, same place next Thursday. But for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.